Hello everyone, welcome to another online event presented by Yamato, manufacturer from Japan. I'm Ezekiel, nice to meet you. Now you will see only the screen, but after this we will be presenting, you will be seeing my face and my coworker's face that will be in charge of making the Gyoza and Wonton skins. Okay, so let's start with the Gyoza and Wonton skins workshop today. So, today we will make gyoza and wonton skins fresh and craft, handmade. So, let's start. First, let me introduce our company. We are Yamato Manufacturing, Yamato Group. We are located in Kagawa, Japan, and we are a Japanese manufacturer for more than 40 years in noodle business, like making noodle making machines. Okay, so we are centered in making machines that can make easily make ramen, udon, soba, and also our machines doesn't make only those noodles, so can be made like today, gyoza and wonton skins, Italian pasta, fresh pasta, etc. Okay, and also for more than 20 years, we are running a school here in Japan and also overseas. In that school, we teach our students how to make ramen, udon, soba, and whatever they want to learn about the Japanese cuisine. Uh, Also, we have an office in Amsterdam, Netherlands, uh, in Bangkok, and also in America in Houston. If you are interested in one of these topics that I just explained, just contact us. We will be happily to uh, talk with you to help you with any matter that we have about those topics. Also, currently we are in more than 61 countries around the world. Our machines are helping a lot of customers around the whole world, from Brazil to America, in China, Netherlands, Germany, Korea, and Japan, and other countries as well. So, okay, let's start with gyoza and wonton skins, okay? So, gyoza and wonton, they are the most, one of the most common side dishes in Asian style restaurants. Uh, you can find it in more, gyoza is most commonly found in Japanese restaurants more than wonton. When you ask for a ramen, you can also ask like a side menu, like gyoza filled with meat, shrimp, and all other varieties. Okay, and wonton you can also find it in Chinese restaurants as well, and fusion restaurants. So about what is good about gyoza and wontons, let's focus on four topics, okay? So gyoza and wontons, they are really easy to make, okay? We will show you today how to make the skin. Another day we probably will have another uh, online workshop about how to make the gyoza, not only the skin, also the filling, the inside. But this is really, really easy to make. The profit is really good. And the good thing is like will not take too much time and you can have a different varieties. Another point of this. Another one is like a well balanced meal with carbohydrates, protein, fiber, etc. Other point to mention is like they are vegan and vegetarian friendly. So the only thing that you need to change in the gyoza and wonton is in the inside, the filling. If you want to make it for pork gyozas, pork meat gyozas is okay. And also you can make it like vegan or vegetarian as you wish. It's really, really easy to change the filling only. The skin is like almost the same. Uh, ingredients, and also you can make it gluten-free as well. And the last point to mention, and also important, is like you can in your menu you can offer not only one type of gyoza. You can make one type of gyoza, but with different ways of cooking it. You can offer different side menus in your restaurant as well. So, for example, you can offer like grilled gyoza, boil it, or even steam it. Okay. So let's focus now in the two parts of the gyoza and wonton. Is like the skins and the filling. Okay. So as I mentioned before, is the gyoza and wonton, they are well balanced food meat meals. So the carbohydrates will be found in the skin thanks to the flour, and in the filling you will find the protein, fiber, fat, or whatever that you will use to make the inside. For example, if you want to make a shrimp gyoza, you can use cabbage, leek, shrimp as well, and then the skins will be always the same flour, the whatever that you want to use, like for example wheat flour, and also gluten-free flour as well. Okay, cool. So, what is the good point to make gyozas and wonton by yourself? Let's focus in those three that you can see in your screen. First is the cost profit. So to make one gyoza is really cheap. So like if we take in count like labor, ingredients, and utilities, one gyoza can cost us around 0.11 US dollars. So it's really cheap because we can sell it like by the triple, quadruple, quintuple of the original price. Another way is like as I mentioned before, easy to make. So we can make today you will see how to make the skin with our machines, and how will be really easy to make and will not take too much time if we compare with making by hand. And also because of the ingredients are really easy to take it to get, like flour, water, salt, and oil. So will make it easier to make it. And as I mentioned before as well, the variety of our menu will increase thanks to the ways that we can cook them. Okay, like really steam, or also because we can offer a vegan friendly, vegetarian, or even with pork, chicken, etc. Okay. Another point to mention is the gyoza skin texture. Okay, so normally the gyoza skin, normally for grill, the ones that are grilled, should be crispy outside when we grill it, and chewy inside. Okay, but in case that we want to make a steamed gyoza, should be softer outside as well, but still chewier inside. Another point to mention is like we don't want to make it too soft, because if we make it softer, it will be difficult to wrap and easy to break the skin. So that's a brief introduction about gyoza and wonton. And now we will be going to the production process. So we will be using our machines. I will show you now when we move to the machine. And we will focus on three parts, okay? Mixing and forming the dough, combining and thinning, and then cutting the dough into gyoza skins, okay? So now let's go to move to the machine. Yeah, so I'm Ezekiel. Nice to meet you, finally. And he's my coworker's son that he's already started to pour inside the dough to mix it, okay? So while we are mixing it, I will explain everything about the machine and the ingredients. So he's making now the mixing process, okay? So for the mixing process, first we will mix for 1 minute only the flour. In this case, we are mixing 4 kilograms of flour. Okay, as you can see, this is the mixer of the machine. It's like up to 10 kilograms. And this is the machine that, let me introduce to you, it's like Richmen Gold 1. It's one of our newest machine in the market. Here with this machine, you can, now we will make a gyoza skin, but also you can make other type of ingredients, of type of noodles. He's now mixing the water content with salt, tansui, and and oil. Okay, so for salt and tansui will be 1% from the flour. So if we are using 4 kilograms, we will be using 40 grams of salt and tansui, and 2% of oil. In this case, it's vegetable oil. Now in the second mixing, we will be adding the half of the water and mix it for 4 minutes. Here in the lid of the machine, you will find on the top a few small holes that will be dropping the water inside of the tank. We will be using a spatula to put all the water into the holes. Thanks to those holes, the machine will drop gradually all the water into the flour. So the mixing process will be even better than if we pour all the water in the same place. So while we are waiting the 4 minutes, let me explain to you the machine. So this is Richmen Gold 1, okay, one of the newest machines that we have in the market. And with this machine, you can make whatever you want. Regarding about noodles, okay? We can make from the mixing to the dough forming and thinning and combining the dough. And also, in this case, we will not use it, but also we can cut the dough into noodles inside in here a cutter, okay? But in this case, because we will be making only gyoza, we will be using another type of cutter. This type of cutter, like you can choose like the diameter of this one, for example, 75 millimeters of diameter. But for the machine to make noodles, we can also have this kind of cutters as well. So if you're interested in to know how to make noodles, we have other videos on our YouTube channel, so please take a look. And also, if you like the content, subscribe. And if you like, a like into the video will be helpful for us. Thank you. Another thing about this machine that I want to explain to you is like they have several parts that they are focused on security. Okay, so if you can come here close, you can see that here we have a few sensors. Okay, I will show you later, but this is to prevent that we put our hand inside, and if the machine is running, don't put our hand inside of the rollers and make us a scratch or even hurt ourselves as well. And also, if in this case, well, we are mixing, so we will not doing it. But if we take the lid off, the machine will automatically stop to prevent that we can put our head, hand inside, and you know, avoid any problem or injury. If you are interested in this kind of machines, this is not the only model that we have. Okay, so we have other models. We have a small models like this one is Richmen One. This is the same, but it's more like you need to do more things by hand. Okay, so now the mixing is finished. The second mixing. Okay, so now we will be opening and clean a bit the inside of the tank. Okay, why we are cleaning? Because if we let it like that, all that flour is in the pins or in the walls will be a waste. So we will take it everything. So we'll mix properly again in the last final mixing process. As you can see, he's cleaning all the tank and the inside of the tank. So now we will make the last mixing. Okay. So for another 6 minutes, in this case, in total of 11 minutes, we will be mixing the rest of the dough with the water remaining. In this case, we are using the total time of mixing is like 11 minutes. 1 minute of only mixing the dough. 4 minutes for the first mixing with water and the flour, and 6 minutes of mixing the remaining water content with the already mixed water and flour. So, for example, now we are mixing it, but if you already have a mixed dough and you want to start to make your noodles or the or combining the dough as well, you can just do it at the same time. Okay, so while the you are mixing another batch, you can start to making the dough at the same time. Okay, and also to combining or thinning the dough as well. If you have any questions, whatever, you can just ask us in in the chat. Okay, I will take a look every few minutes, so I can answer all your questions. And also, if you are interested in the machines, please contact us. You can find our contact information in our website as well, and you can fill out our contact form as well, and we will contact you as soon as possible. Also, we can contact you by different ways like email, WhatsApp, WeChat, Line, whatever. Okay, and if your mother language is not English and you want to talk in Chinese, Russian, Spanish, or other language, please contact us, tell to us, and probably one of our staff will help you in your mother language. We have a staff from China, from Russia, from India, from Spain. So don't worry and contact us with no doubt. Okay, and I showed you already the Richmen one, our first machine. This is a really small one with a mix and everything, but the difference between both is this. As you can see here, we have the conveyor, that the conveyor will be feeding the dough automatically. Okay, so you will need to do less than in the first model. And then we have the Richmen Gold 2 here behind. This is the newest model that we have. Okay, this is a testing machine now, but with this you can make it even faster and better noodles. It's a improved version of Richmen Gold 1. And in this case, we don't have a mixer, so the mixer is like 25 kgs mixer as well here. So if you are thinking bigger and want to make a lot of portions in one day, our recommendation is this model. Okay, so you can make more than Richmen 1 and Richmen Gold 1. But if you want to start like for now with your first machine, my recommendation, my personal recommendation is this one because it's easier to use, easier to make, and you will not need to do too much work to do it, okay? So it will be really easy. Now when my coworker's son start to make it, you will see how easy it is to make noodles with this machine. While we are waiting the last 30 seconds, let me introduce to you, or also we have a in-person school here in Japan, but also we have an online school where you can learn all the information, all the topics that we teach on in-person ramen school here in Japan. You can learn it from your house, your car, your workplace, whatever. You only need to sign into our page, okay? So you can find it in our web homepage, and then you will be able to learn how to make ramen from the commodity of your house or wherever you are. The mixing is finished, okay? As you can see, the texture changed and the color as well. So now, before taking out all the dough from the tank, we will clean a bit more the walls as well. Don't let any dough inside of the tank. After mixing, we recommend to let the dough rest. In this case, there is medium water content, so we recommend to let it rest for at least 1 hour. But in our case, of course, you can make it without resting, like we will try to do now. We will do now. And also, you will even without resting, you will get a really good results as well. But if you let it rest, like the hour I told you before, the dough consistency and firmness will be better. Also, as you can see, he's rotating the mixer now with the lid open because he's pushing two buttons at the same time. So the rotation is backwards, just pushing the two buttons at the same time, okay? Only one button will not work. And this is to help to take out all the dough inside. In this case, we are only using 4 kgs, but in the case that you are using 10 kgs, 8 kgs, will be bigger, and then will be easier to use those buttons to extract all the dough from inside. For example, he's doing now. When you let it rest, you can let it rest for the hour I told you in a plastic bag like that to prevent that the dough gets dry, and also the humidity of the dough inside the bag will improve the resting and the maturation of the dough as well. Okay, so normally when we will go to let it rest, we put in like we close the bag like this to prevent any other uh, interaction with the air. So now we will do is like if we let it rest like this for 1 hour. After 1 hour, the dough will be compact together a bit more, and then we can start to make the dough. But in this case, we will do it without resting as well. Okay, so please. After resting, probably a few chunks will be made. So what you need to do is like to crush them by your own hands without applying too much strength, like he's doing now. Okay, so now we will be feeding for, a bit only inside with our own hands. But after that, the machine will do it automatically, okay? So we don't need to do anything about that. Now he is just adjusting the roller gap. We will start now with 1.5 millimeters of roller gaps between both rollers, and put here the. Okay, so let's start. He just pushed the start button, and then the dough is the conveyor is feeding the dough automatically, as you can see, and here is coming out. So as I told you before, now it's coming out the dough here, as you can see, and the conveyor is feeding automatically. But because this lid is open, if I put my hand here, the machine will stop automatically to prevent that I put my hand inside and then will get hard. The good thing about this machine is like, as I told you, the conveyor will feed automatically the dough inside of the rollers. In that model, in the Richmen One model, we need to do this process manually, okay? If you don't mind, that will be okay. That will be even, you will have the same quality, but the time and the work that you need to spend will be different compared with a Richmen Gold one. So as you can see, almost all the dough is like from the mixed dough. We will get in a, a row forming now. You can see like this. So as I explained before, the first step is done. It's mixing and making the dough form. The dough converting into a sheet, okay? He just clean all the conveyor to don't waste anything. So now it's finished, okay? So now what our co-worker son will do is like to divide the dough into two, okay? The reason is because now what we will do is like to combine the dough together to make a better gluten structure inside, so we can get a better Gyoza and Wonton skin, okay? More a better skin like chewier, okay? So as you can see, it's like he broke a few things, but no worries, because now it's like the combination. We can still use that part that we just cut. He starts to divide the dough. We recommend to divide into the same amount between the both rollers, okay? At the end of the combining process, you will see why I'm telling you that it's better to divide in the same proportion. So, okay, see, he puts inside of the rollers. In this case, as you can see, he didn't let the lid open. He closed it. So, because now the dough will be going inside like here. And because now we have 1.5 of dough in each one. If we combine it, will be 3. But also we want to make the enough pressure to improve the gluten extraction, so we will not let it pass through 3.0 millimeters on the roller gap. We will put a bit pressure, so that's why he put it into 2. So if you're interested, you want to get the machine, you don't need to worry about the recipes, the process, the how to make it, because we will give to you the recipes and how to make it step by step, okay? As he's doing now, because it's the first combining process, you can, anything that remains in the machine, or whatever piece of dough that it was broken, you can put it inside of the both sheets to combining, so there's no problem to use all the broken parts, okay? So also we don't want to waste anything. Yeah, so as I mentioned, about the recipes, if you are interested, you get the machine. And also we will provide you with all the recipes that we have. If you need any recipe in special, we will find it and give to you. And also we can develop recipes together with our clients. If you are eager to make your own recipe, but you are kind of unsecure if you will make it correct or not, you just contact us and we will be help you to make it possible. Okay, so now it's like start to finish the. This is the reason why I told you before to try to make it like in the same length. It's difficult to do it by an eye, but worry not, because even if one is longer than the other one, you just need to adjust it. In this case, he almost made it perfect, almost perfect. So just to make it equally. One point that I forgot to mention is like the roller speed. In this process, in the dough forming process and the combining process, we should have it in 4, okay? In 4 here, okay, in the roller speed. Because if you make it like faster, uh, you will not be sure if the dough combine it equally and the same and the, so he's now we will be making the second combining process. Okay, so normally we recommend to make it 2 times the dough the combining process to improve the gluten structure. Okay, so the most important thing about the gluten structure is not to press it too much and not doing too many times, because it's like when you are doing exercise. Okay, so if you do too much exercise, you will broke your uh, muscle. So it's the same here. The muscle is the important thing that we need to keep healthy in the dough. Okay, thanks to that, thanks to the dough thanks to the gluten structure of the noodles, we will get a chewier and better dough and gyoza skin in this case. Okay, so as you can see, he just starts to apply here. I don't know if you see or not. Here I will put my hand so you can see. Okay, he's just I start to apply the duster. Okay, so that this duster, what it's doing, like you can use tapioca starch or potato starch. So it's to avoid that the dough, because after this process we will not combine it again. So what we need to do is to apply here to avoid that the dough start to stick together. Okay, you can see here we have, so that potato corn starch will prevent to stick and will be easier later to thinning the dough as well. Only should be made in this process after the second uh, dough, after the second combination, because if we are doing the first combination step, and later when you want to try the second combination, will not be possible to combine the dough together. In this case, he made it already almost perfect. Okay, so now the combination process is over. You also can let it rest here, like for another 30 minutes if you want. But in our case, we will go into thinning now. Okay. Now in this case, we will going backwards. So if the last combining process was 3 millimeters, now we will go into 2, the same as the first time that we made the first combination. We will keep dusting the tapioca starch or potato starch, whatever that you are going to use, and start to thinning. In this case, we can speed up the rollers to up to 7, and the rolling and thinning process will be faster, okay? As I told you before, if you are doing this process, you don't need to do anything, just to watch it. And also, if you want to make another batch, you can start to doing it again. You can just put the mixer together again to run. So you have 2 different motors to do both process at the same time, okay? Also, you can clean it or whatever you want. The cleaning process of the machine is really easy. In this, for the mixer, we just put inside some sponges with a bit of water and just keep mixing for a few minutes. Okay, so the first thinning process is over. Now the process will be the same, thinning until our desired thickness, okay? So let's check first. In this case, it's like 2.4 millimeters. So the difference is like 0.4 from the roller gap. So let's keep thinning. Let's go to thinning like 0.5 to 0.5, okay? So our final thickness will be 0.7, but I mean, as I told you before, we need to apply force gradually, okay? If we apply too much force at once, the dough will get really stressed, a lot of stress from the pressure, and the gluten structure will be broke. And then what we'll have is like a dough, okay? The dough itself will not broke, but when you cook them or you eat them, you will not feel the chewiness of the dough itself. So that's why we are going a little by little. Depending on the restaurant or the client, they prefer to do it like 0.7 or even 0.5 or the thickness. Okay, in this case, we are making with the same dough. We will be making gyoza skin and wonton skin, but also not only for gyoza and wonton. You can also make for different kind of dishes. For example, you also can make the skins for the lasagna or cannelloni Also, you can make for whatever that is like related with dough. Almost everything can be made with this machine. Just contact us if you are wondering or thinking if it's possible to make this kind of noodle, this kind of dish with this machine. Just contact us and we will be happy to let you know if it's possible or not. Okay. So now it's like 1.98. Sorry. So the difference is like 0.3. Okay. Between the roller gap and the actual thickness. Let's keep going from 1.0 to 1.0, okay? So if we try to think before was like 0.4 of difference, now it's like 0.3. Probably now when we get, after this thinning process, we will get like 1.3, 1.4 of actual thickness, approximately. Okay, so we are going to use that estimation to keep going and thinning the dough until we get our final and desired thickness, 0.7. Oh, today is only the skin making process, okay? But probably in the future we will have a whole workshop only for Gyoza and Wonton, okay? So stay tuned on our SN social networks or page and everything. So if we are going to have like how to make the filling as well workshop with the skin, just send us an email, and when we decide to make it, we will contact you as well. So, and another thing to say is like tomorrow we will have also a special workshop where we will be making pasta, fresh pasta, in this machine as well, in Richmen Gold 1. So if you are interested in making pasta and you are thinking to get a noodle making machine, just come tomorrow as well, and we will be happy to show you how to make pasta in this machine. Also, he improved the roller speed to up to 10. Okay. This month we have also a special promotion to those who are interested in get the machine, the noodle making machine. So please, if you are interested, contact us. We will show you the promotion. We will present you our promotion, and if you are interested, we are happy to send you a quotation and help you to decide which model will be the best one and will be the one that fits for your business. Okay, let's check again. So now it's like 1.3. So as before, the difference between the nodal, the roller gap and the actual thickness is 0.3. So now we will go into 0.5, 0.4. So with the difference, we will get the thickness of 0.7, the thickness that we want. In this case, the last one, we will be using a special attachment, okay? Because in the last process, we will not be using the normal roller. not these ones, okay? We will use the attachment, so we will be able to use this big roller here. What is the purpose of this one? I will show you when he's done and we will go into cutting, okay? So first we adjust the attachment and the roller here into the attachment, okay? And let's roll. So now what we will do is like to roll the dough into the big roller. Now the dough is being rolled in the big one. Okay, as you can see here. Because the dough is like really thin now, you need to be careful to don't put too much pressure into the roller, and also not too fast because the dough itself will break, okay? So you need to be careful and smooth in this last moment, last process. When the roller starts to go smooth, you can increase the speed, but at the few minutes, you need to be doing it carefully with touch. Then you can increase the speed up to the max as well. This will be the longest process. Sorry. The good thing about the gyoza and wonton is that you can make both with the same recipe. Just need to change the cutting. When you cut it for gyoza, you need to make it rounded shape, and for uh, wonton like square shape. Okay, so now let's explain what we did use this big roller. Okay, so as you can see, we put here like um, tape. Okay, to cut the dough here. Okay, so when we cut it, the dough will open, and then will be easier to cut it with the cutter, and then we will have more layers. If we make it in the smaller one, we will have a really big dough, but you will not be able to cut it properly. Okay, please. Another point is like if you let it rest like for 10 minutes after doing this process, the last thinning process will be better because the dough uh, will stay in the same. But now if we just cut it, as you can see here, the dough will start to stretch by itself. Okay, so for now we will do the gyoza. Just wait a moment. So as I mentioned before, you can let it rest in the roller, or after cut it, you can let it rest here, like with a plastic bag or something to cover it to don't let it dry, like for at least 10 minutes. So no, normally we will take this one, okay? If you could, normally we will have like this, but with time we'll stretch and go small, okay? So what we want to prevent is like to let it do stretch by itself, and then later when it's stretched and get uh, the last side, then we'll cut it. If we cut it now, we will get like a rounded shape now, okay? But after time, when we let it rest in the fridge or something, we'll get a more oval shape like this thing, and will be really difficult to make it the gyoza. Okay, so let it rest for now, like 10 minutes, and after that we can start to cutting. Okay, so we will cut it now. That's the recommendation. So please remember it. Now we will start cutting for gyoza. Okay. So to avoid to have too much waste, let's try to make it the closest as we can. So we have really made a lot of layers here. Once we cut it, we will have a lot of gyoza skin already ready to use. Okay, so if we just keep cutting, we will get all the gyoza skins that we want. Okay, cut another to check it. Okay, so in the last process, when we are making the last thinning with the big roller, it's recommended to use a lot of, not a lot of, but a good amount of potato starch or corn starch, so it will be easier to take all the skins from each. Will be really easier to separate with all the skins. Okay, like this. And now we will be making the wonton. For the wonton will be as you prefer. Okay, so we will cut it, preferably with a knife. You can also use the pizza cutter, the roller one, but it will be difficult because of the amount of layers that we have. Okay, so the recommendation is a knife. So we just need to think how big we want to have our wonton skin. Okay, like for example here, we will be cutting. That also depends on the type of wonton that you want to make and the size of your wonton. Okay, if you are bigger, if you want to offer a bigger size of wonton, you should make the cut bigger. Okay, and then we cut it in half. And now we already have our wonton skins ready. Okay, so this is the basic recipe to make wonton and gyoza skin. Of course, depending on the restaurant or customer, they prefer to make it in another way and adding other ingredients, but that depends on you. We will help you to improve your recipe and how to make it in the machine. So please ask us, and we will be happy to show you how to do it. Okay, so as you can see, we only make a few cuts, and we already have that amount of dough. Okay, the gyoza skins and wonton skin. So and then the remaining one we can still use it as well. So as you can see, we can make a lot of things in less than in less than 1 hour. And as you can see, it's really easy to do it by machine than hand. Okay, so if you have any question, please ask us. Not now. If it's not now, no worries. But you can also contact us by email as well. Well, with this, our our workshop for wonton and gyoza skin is over. Thank you very much for joining us today. If you are interested, please come to visit tomorrow to the same workshop I will have, but in this case will be for pasta. Okay, fresh pasta in the in Richmen Gold one. So thank you very much for assisting today. If you like it, please subscribe. Uh, Also, a like will be the best. And if you have anything, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and in our homepage. Okay. So thank you very much, and see you next time.